So a lot of things that people ask myself is how does it actually work? Well, being in property, we're fairly known on the property circuit down here in Cornwall. So we're closely knitted with a lot of agents who we deal with on a regular basis, but also we get a lot of off-market deals that come to myself and Dan as well. So generally what happens is an agent will give us a new property that comes or is coming to the market. Myself or Dan or both of us will go off to have a look at that new property acquisition, make sure that it fits our bill for Cornwall Living Property. Generally, we look at larger blocks of flats, for example, or big commercial properties that we can actually change into residential. And then we'll go off, we'll do the viewing, we'll make sure it's something that fits the bill for Dan and I. And then after that viewing, we then bring our property consultants and all of our other property specialists to come in with us, have a look at the property and make sure that we can actually make this deal stack. Once we've actually had that second viewing with all our property consultants, we'll then approach our investors and let them know about the opportunity that we've got. And then we can see how much investment we'll need from those investor or investors, where it might be that's the case. And then we'll start talking about the security on those particular properties and how we can give them really good rates of return. And sometimes we have investors as well that like to do things where they're not just getting a set rate of return, they actually like to do an earn and learn. So we explain to them the process of what we're doing so that they can then go on to do it at a later date on their own, and they'll also get a rate of return on top of that as well.
So one of the common questions we have is what security options and what exits do you have? So for a deal to stack and for it to be feasible for ourselves, we need to make sure that we can offer 2 to 3 exit options. So option 1 on exit 1, our preferable option is to put a mortgage on the development at the back end. So we'll purchase the property, we'll develop the property, and on the back end, we'll put a mortgage on the property whereby we can release some equity and pay back our investors with the interest. Option 2, if the numbers didn't stack, which we're yet to have an issue, but just for peace of mind and confidence, we would be then prepared to title split properties or units, and at which point we could sell 1 or 2 or however many is required to ensure that we have adequate funds to pay back our investors. The other alternative is we could also sell the development. So depending on the type of deal and the structure, we have multiple exits, and that is what is so important for us and our investors.